All right, apologies for the false start. I was testing out the brand spanking new RTMP feature that Rumble Studio offers. It did not turn out what I thought it would be. and I, it looks like, yes, I could operate strictly out of OBS, but none of the fancy bells and whistles uh, that Rumble Studio has in its regular one, which you run through the browser. Uh, I can see now, looking at it, to where I probably could get SuperTip to work that way. I still don't know if the sound would work, though. I really don't. I mean, I can hear it in OBS. I thought this would be a means by which either you're seeing what Rumble Studio is putting out through OBS or vice versa and that sort of thing. Doesn't appear to be the case. I had failed to see the point. And from what I could hear, my own audio wasn't great. Um, so I'll test it later. I need to get through this. Once again, health has not been great. So apologies all around. I'll get through this. And I don't know, maybe I'll private the video while I test it and see if I can figure a way out. But otherwise, I don't know. Just bam, you're on, stumbling around and all that crap. I thought I could just operate all the bells and whistles of the Rumble Studio with it able to project and finally get OBS's audio in here, and that I could use its layer system to just plop the super tips on top there. Was just going to move completely to EV Mux, but as if you were catching my latest shows, it just drops the audio out for no damn good reason, and I can't figure it out. I don't know why it does it. The same night I did Pat's show then, and it was fine. But on mine, it's 2 nights in a row. It just wasn't working. So anyway, man, it's months of this trying to get this store. And I don't know, it works for everybody else. I do the exact same thing, and it doesn't work. So what are you going to do? Well, a whole lot of nothing, I suppose. I just had to watch 3 ads. Don't feel bad, Doug. I couldn't figure out Rumble Studio either. It's not Rumble Studio. It's everything. Anyway, here we go. Caught back up on this. One of the few Batman titles, I suppose, that shows of any interest. The others, as far as I'm concerned, stink. There's a lot of interest in Absolute Batman. It's got its moments, but doesn't really matter. Anyway, back into this. Each issue has a different artist. I wish they had settled on one. And, it's unfortunate Tim Sale passed away. But a lot of ways it's more of the same, going through the motions of this murder mystery and, attempted murder mystery. So anyway, here we go. And of course, they use old sketches from Tim Sale for the covers. So I'll jump into it. The long Halloween for the Falcone crime family. It was the beginning of the end. I'll ask you for the second time. That fateful year was responsible for the destruction of another family, friends of Jim and Barbara Gordon, even one of my own. Mrs. Dent, what are you doing here? He was the White Knight of Gotham City. Harvey, is that you? She, his loving wife. Harvey Dent is dead. She called him her Apollo. That's nice, isn't it? Wow, look at that. What, am I interrupting? Right in front of Solomon Grundy, too. That's not right. So anyway, she makes use of her belt here. And why? Why are you saying that? And slaps him in the face. Why are you doing this? Well, geez, Gilda, don't you know by now he's nuts? And you're not far behind him. Give me back my husband. Harvey and Gilda did. Oh, no. So it looks like she's getting ready to strangle Two-Face here. No. Oh. He was the courageous district attorney, willing to do anything to bring criminals to justice, until a bottle of acid was hurled at his face. I will have my Harvey back, even if I have to kill you to do it. He is Harvey. So just Harvey, take control like you always have. Solomon. Half his skull burned away, scarring something deeper. Everything Harvey Dent hated was revealed. Two-Face. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, sometimes he works pretty good as a bodyguard, but anyway, through it all, Gilda still believed in her man. Solomon Grundy. No, Solomon, don't! Never wavering. No! Get her out of here. Harvey, please, I need you, Harvey. Well, it's nice they got all these offices and stuff built in the sewers. That's an interesting little tidbit that the architects of Gotham provided, I guess. Anyway, almost as if Gilda could not see his madness, or she had succumbed to it herself. Yes, she has. Gee, Batman, get with it. On Valentine's Day, the FBI decided to take Mario Falcone into custody. The Joker stopped them. At least, it appeared that way. Anything? The driver was shot in the head with a .22 caliber pistol. I heard the distinctive sound, the same gun used by the holiday killer. The FBI agents died on impact or in the fire. Have to wait for the autopsy. Who knew their route? No sign of Falcone. He must have been pulled through the windshield by... Hold on! Gordon, why would two FBI agents not have their badges? Or their firearms? Because they didn't work for the Bureau. So you'll have to see who's saying that and when you get your exciting copy of Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. Yeah, I know. It's a long-ass title, longer than The Long Halloween, which lasted a year. It's just call it The Last Halloween. I don't know why they do that, because it's like Dark Victory didn't have Last Halloween plastered over it. The Catwoman in Rome story, that's another, like, I guess, part of the trilogy now, or quadrilogy. I don't know. Bad decision, if you ask me, just to remind you that, oh, look, it's a part of the long Halloween story. Won't that be cool? And, it's like, well, don't you think you need to figure that out? You can't stand on your own? Oh, well. Anyway, then we go to issue 7. Yeah, and, another Tim Sale image. It's not bad. It's pretty good. And here we go. Of course, Robin got injured in the previous issue, so I'll spoil that part. The .22 pistol used in the holiday killings, the same make and model, has resurfaced, along with the new holiday. On April Fool's Day, Robin chased after the shooter. I don't remember. The bullet pierced the boy's shoulder, dislocating his arm. A marksman. If this holiday wanted Robin dead, 6 weeks to recovery. Week 2. You must have seen something, someone, before he or she fired at you. Victims of a shooting often only remember the gun. Think. Ew. Ahem. I need Robin to look past the gun. Be a detective. I'm battle staff. I'm taking it. Oh. You are not ready. This is not a circus act. Master Dick. Week 4, Alfred and I both agreed, something we rarely do, that this was too soon. I made a mistake. You are of no use to me, damaged. It has been 6 weeks. Oh, jeez, what an asshole. That is quite enough. I skipped ahead. So Robin got the better of him and took his stick back and, knocked Batman to the ground. I trained harder in the circus than anything you could put me through. So there you go. He's probably right. I needed to hear that from him. Oh, he needed to hear that from himself. So all a part of the plan, huh, Batman? You were still teaching him and stuff. I am going out. Where? Can I come too? You have homework. Homework? Find this holiday. I want to know where Mario Falcone has been all this time. Okay, but how? Be the detective. Why does he hate me, Alfred? He does not hate you. Quite the opposite. He fears that if something terrible were ever to happen to you, he could never forgive himself. Aw, jeez. So there you go. It's Batman and Robin stuff. But while the mystery continues, who's the new holiday, and suspects abound. But for what it's worth, like I said, it's better than most Batman titles you have a choice of these days, which still aren't great. No, they're not. And that's unfortunate. Okay. Meanwhile, the only other, one of the few, sometimes Superman comes through, he's not bad, but Green Lantern's, for the most part, been all right. It keeps getting interfered with events and whatnot, but so here we go. Cover. I've missed a few, so there's some gaps here and there. I'm trying to keep. Meanwhile, the writers they eat probably their best they've got right now, just in just being dependable and solid as Jerry Adams, and he's now also writing Aquaman. Heard great things about it, so I'll have to check that out. Might be I'll get one of the collections, that kind of thing. So anyhow, here we go. We're at the DEO headquarters on planet Earth. And then we encounter an old Green Lantern villain. You've come at the right time, Green Lantern. At last, I, Hector Hammond, have obtained the power I so richly deserve. The power to finally kill you. He said a naughty word, see? Yeah. Well. Hector Hammond, a grade 8 pain in my green rear. Bones assured me, not Dr. McCoy, someone else, he went straight. He's not gay anymore. And of course, I didn't believe it because, well, he's Hector. It looks like I was right again. He means that he's still a criminal. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, Hector's using his telekinesis to throw all this crap at Green Lantern. Of course, Green Lantern uses his ring and boing. He made it a bouncy ball or something. I don't know. To kind of mock Hector here. Oh, your imaginary constructs are quite powerful, but what are they in comparison to the power of the mind? Now you shall learn. Now he's saying a naughty word. We'll never know what it was, We just don't speak comic book language, So anyway, Green Lantern's girlfriend, Star Sapphire, shows up and she has constructs too. And he's like, nice one, babe. Carol's really getting the hang of this after she took on the avatar of love, the Predator. Huh? Yeah, I'm missing something here. She wondered if she ever really had the power and tenacity for this hero thing. I think we have our answer. Yeah, it's a bit rushed to just suddenly give her powers in a suit and then she goes off into space. And so that is one of the weaknesses here and all that. But, they just throw in some dialogue like this. Hey, she's getting the hang of it, Anywho, you think your toys of light will stop me? So you can change me back? Take me away what made me special? You fools. I have changed. My powers are more than moving objects with my mind. And although I don't know what Dove's there for, I forget. Of course, like I said, I think I missed the previous one. Yeah, that probably would explain it. Anyway, and although your will may be too strong to control, there are those that are more simple-minded. Say hello to my co-workers. Say hello to... Can you guess? Can you guess? Yeah, the DEO. Yeah, this is Bones. I forget who she is. Not Steel, but they got their own superpowered people that they use. It's kind of like another Suicide Squad thing. Anyway, Department of Extranormal Operations, another Black Ops supergroup paid for with our tax dollars. If I paid taxes, I'd be super upset at the waste. Dove, can you still shine? So apparently Dove has shine powers? I don't know. Like a star. Then stay here while I push these guys back. Looks like Lantern can pretty much handle the whole thing by himself. But anyway, Star Sapphire, remember Tactical 42? I'll need some speed. You got it. So he's had time to teach her at least 42 tactics. I don't know. Anyway, Tactical 42. A way to slingshot behind the enemy as long as Dove can give us the much needed. Oh, you'll have to check out the comic to see what happens next. Will it work? Can they stop Hector Hammond? Well, like I said, you'll just have to take a look, on your own. You think I'm just going to buy all these for you? Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. Anyway, there's your preview of that one. Like I said, Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern is, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let me get rid of some of these so I can keep up with where the hell I am. Yeah, so it's this one. Bloop. There we go. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but at one time Hal Jordan was dead. So at one point he became the host of The Spectre. But you know how superhero worlds lives go. He came back from the dead. So he's not Spectre anymore. But so there's this relationship, if you will. So sooner or later, you think, hey, Spectre might show up. So he does. The cover's not lying. Sometimes covers lie. Oh, boy, do they. But no, he's in it. So anyway, here we go. Last issue, Hal Jordan said, I got to go get some supernatural guys because I got to go find the doorway to hell. So he goes to hell with the Phantom Stranger and Zoriel. Remember that guy? He's an angel that Grant Morrison introduced and was a member of the Justice League back in the 90s, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, they go to hell, and then lo and behold, this Green Lantern, the teddy bear Green Lantern, Nort, and I was did they kill him off or something? But apparently he just fell into a wormhole that left him in hell. And he doesn't know. Anyway, hell, it's been too long. What brings you to my sector? Looking for a little help from Green Lantern Nort? Nort, you're not in your sector. You're not even in space right now. You know that, right? I'm not? Where am I? Well, you're in hell. I never thought of the core as hell, but no, like hell, where bad people go when they die. Oh, yeah, actually, that explains a few things. We mustn't stay here. Let's be about your mission, Jordan. Pam, pam, pam. Hell. See, bunch of horny guys. I mean, demons with horns. So there you go. The darkness does not take kindly to our presence. So yeah, all right. Well, if this is hell, I'm really glad you showed up. Say, do you have a spare lantern I could use? I ran out of charge forever ago. You've been in hell with no ring? I guess so. I just thought I landed on a strange planet. Kind of like Axiom 4. Yeah, because of the horns. I could totally see that, Nord. How did you get here? Well, I saw this whirlpool type thing and decided to investigate. But when I went through it, it disappeared. I've been wandering around ever since. A hell door, weirdly, a lot of them throughout the universe. So I'm an alien hell, huh? Wow, wonders never cease. We're here. No, we can't go in there, Hal. Even the creatures, demons, I guess, try to avoid this place. We don't really have a choice, Zoriel. What's he doing? Only one from above may unlock a sail from below. I could smell you. The one who hid my light. The one who put me here. And it's disgusting. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Well, I guess not. But anyway. So Hal needs to get to this guy. Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a adventure going on in space with Kyle Rayner and his gang. So meanwhile, outside reach outpost Omega. I thought you said this thing was fast. I wonder where they got that line from. It is, at least when the light speed is working. Con, I'm a half Kryptonian, not an engineer. I have no idea what I'm doing. See, they're stealing lines from Star Wars, Star Trek. Kids, oops. Bleh, bleh. Yeah, well, this was revealed in the previous issue as well. Dan Garrett's alive again, and he's back in his blue beetle suit. Except now he's calling himself the Silver Scarab because it's more silver than it's still got blue hue to it. There already was a Silver Scarab, but he was like the son of Hawkman on Earth 2. And I guess that just doesn't exist anymore, Sad. Anyway, that gas cloud, we could use it to lose them. Better plan than what I have. So not only do they take the Jeremy Adams using Star Wars style, Star Trek style, and a Star Trek maneuver of escaping into a nebula in the hopes that could throw off a pursuing vessel. Anyway, and here we go again. More Star Wars. They're in space in spaceships, you understand. Kyle, I'm getting bad vibes, real bad vibes. So at least it changed it up a little bit. I'm sure it's fine, Odyssey. No need to pay. Pam, pam, pam. Boy, this also looks familiar, Well, I'm thinking Kyle's gonna knock gonna get with her if he knocks her up. Well, but she's from the future, I think, so that could be a problem. Anyway, I told you, bad vibes. I'm never wrong when I get bad vibes. Duly noted. Hold on. Oh no, do they make it? Well, I don't know. Does Hal and his teddy bear friend, the angel and the mysterious stranger, phantom stranger rather, get out of hell? Well, again, you'll just have to get your own copy. Yeah. Anyway, Green Lantern's not too bad. there's no lectures or anything and that sort of stuff. So that's always good. The other thing Jeremy Adams is doing for Mad Cave Studios is Flash Gordon. And it's pretty good. It's a totally different sort of, well, it's kind of like positioned as a story that takes place after all the original Flash Gordon stories and stuff. So it's that kind of take on it and a bit of a mystery as to what's going on. But missed a couple there too. Got quite a few, and I thought, oh, I know, I could do an overall review of it like I did with Space Ghost. And so I'll get to that at some point in the future. So moving on from DC Comics, that's what they have to offer. And so now I will, geez, I gotta put it up there, stupid. Move on to basically Ghost Machine, which is Jeff Johns' outfit. And between him and Mark Miller, that's probably the best you'll get out of the comics of the fantastic and science fiction and superhero stuff. That's about all there is. Those, and that's it. If I could get to my there. Anywho, oh man, things were looking pretty good for poor old Geiger after everything gone wrong, and now he finds a woman who's afflicted with the same abilities as him. So hey, no problem. Those two could bang and probably have glowing babies, I guess. I don't know. But at least, no harm done. They could just get it on and it would be great. I don't know if that would mean a nuclear explosion would erupt, but out in the desert somewhere, they could do that. What else? But of course, there's always a catch. And this story kind of gets into it a little bit. She does look better, in the outfit and all glowy and stuff, than him, even though you're seeing her skull and all that, but it's a nice shape. Anyway, you think you know Ashley Arden, but you do not. She is far more dangerous than you, Tariq, not only in raw power, but in her willingness to unleash it. Oh man, look what she did to that guy's face. Oh boy, he's the dad. That's not going to just heal in a couple of weeks, That's jeez. I mean, it might get a little better, but he's really going to be in misery and stuff, and and especially if he picks at it. But how could he not? So anyway, there she is taking out these soldiers with her radioactive buddy. And somehow they think they're going to stop her, but well. They don't. Anyway, everything Ashley has told you is a lie. She has been manipulating you for her own agenda, and it threatens everyone. Ashley said you were murdered by a cult called the Hillborn. She has said a lot to deceive you. I still live, and if you weren't crucified by those people, why did she want them dead? So, in the previous issue, I did review it. He wiped those people out. Yeah. The Hillborn attempted to traffic her long ago. Ashley was a kind and frightened girl, but she has grown into a vengeful and violent young woman. Well, they trafficked her, so you really can't blame her, Well, this world changes people. You fight or you die. She told you I was dead. Ask yourself why. Maybe you deserved it. She's proven you can't trust her. I can't trust you either. I don't like how you're holding that axe. Drop it. Oh, Tariq, you're going to break my arm. Give me a chance to explain. Ah! This is your chance, old man. Yeah, Tariq's just not happy to see him, but hey, suddenly, oh boy, they're saved by the boom. The whole place is shaking because of the battle outside. General, she's melted our treads. She's trying to get inside. Yeah. So they all get melted. Yeah, she can burn through steel. It's like they believe. Anyway, the army will not keep Ashley occupied for long. You cannot stay here because there's a nuclear bomb under our feet that Ashley wants to set off. Why would she do that? Over there! Get him before he changes again. Will they get to Geiger before he changes again? What do you think? Anyway, it's easily one of the best titles out right now. Of course, the art is excellent, and pretty much all. There's a couple I've missed here and there with Ghost Machine, and there's a couple titles that Jeff Johns doesn't write himself. There's the Rockefellers. I only read the first issue. It's interesting. I'm sure it looks pretty solid. But hey, look, there's only so much time. So, but a lot of people say Redcoat is the best of the Ghost Machine time. I think Geiger's the first, and I still think it's the best of them. But they're all really good. It's high quality stuff. So do recommend it. So check out Geiger, not Geiger counter, just Geiger. They call him the glowing man because he glows, but yeah, he's not really interested in the superhero stuff, And besides, the whole planet's been irradiated by nuclear war and stuff. So yeah, a lot of people not really in the mood, for that sort of, being, hey, cool, look, it's superheroes and all that. So finally, Redcoat, the other Ghost Machine title, which is pretty cool. And it's about this guy who was a redcoat in the Revolutionary War and accidentally stumbled into immortality. And we go through the years, and he lives in the same world as the cover suggests, as Geiger. Of course, Geiger is in the distant future from this point. He's in the Civil War at this issue, and he's encountered this mysterious man in the blue coat who appears to be a time traveler from the future, or an alternate future rather, and all that cool stuff. And then these images are giving you viewpoints of things they'll get to. I don't know who that guy is, but this is Junkyard Joe, the soldier robot that was built in the late 60s, I think, or early 70s, something like that. Anyway, they're all connected. I haven't gotten to Junkyard Joe's own title yet, but he's already appeared in Geiger. He's along with part of Geiger's crew. So here we are, Redcoat. He's run into the mysterious man they call the Northerner, who I don't know. I don't think he's going to get a title of his own as well, but I don't think they've published it yet. Something like that. Anyway. It was July 1864, and the Civil War was at its boiling point between the North and the South. I wanted nothing to do with either side, save for making profit. My latest job? A sour-faced cobbler slapped a hefty advance in my palm to deliver a package to General John Bell Hood, commander of the Army of Tennessee. I took the cobbler's money, drank my fill, and then some, and sat off feeling quite content. Until the world started spinning. Then came the voices, the images, my past. Before I knew it, I was sending up my dinner of salted pork and cornbread. Mid-heave, I was confronted by a Union soldier who made it abundantly clear my indifference to this war was not just foolish, in his opinion, but life-threatening. Why should I bloody care about what happens to America? You should care, because if this country unravels, Mr. Pure, so do you. And so I encountered one of the most peculiar figures I have ever come across in my long decades of life. He called himself the Northerner. And me? My name is Simon, Simon Pure, though I'm anything but, as you'll come to know. Of course, he's, a bit of an a-hole, but he's got a heart of gold in there. He just doesn't accept that he does. Anyway, I don't recall asking for a lecture about the refusal to choose sides nor for company. So, who the hell are you? No one important. Not like you. I know exactly what you are, Mr. Pure. One of the ever living. The only one who fell into his stolen power with instead of earning it. Well, aren't you full of surprises? Can you explain how you know that? I know more than any man should, and far more than I'd care to. Someone approached you tonight, gave you something. I need it. You going to pay, Northerner? He has money. Your daughter? No, an orphan. She's also important. Important, huh? What is she? Another one of the ever living no one bothered to tell me about? No, she's the face of every child this war will save. Or damn. You're a poetic chap, ain't you? Try answering the bloody question for once. Who am I? Yeah, that too. But first, am I getting paid? I was promised $200 on delivery. That was the deal. What are you offering? You never change, do you? 400 for the baggage and 4 answers. Bloody hell, all right then. A word of advice. Time has a price, Simon. Don't waste it. Time's cheap, as far as I can see. And I'd appreciate it if you'd quit talking like you know me. Hey, you really going to burn that? I could have just lost it. Some things don't belong here. What is it? Every move the Union is going to make in the days ahead. It'll be too late for him to change the outcome of Peachtree now. But Atlanta could still fall. Unless... Dun, dun, dun. How'd that happen? No, it hasn't changed. Say, can you guess? He's from a future time where the Confederacy won the wars, and he's trying to put back what once went wrong. Hold it. We're not done yet, Mr. Pure. The man who gave you this, where is he? Hell if I know. Met him 3 hours ago, give or take. Hat over his eyes, mustache? Yes, and reeked of leather and hoof glue. Your friend, then? More like an unfortunate acquaintance. Take me to him. Even if I had the slightest clue where he was, why should I? To help the Union win, to give children like her a future. He was just a cobbler. If we don't stop him, he'll be the man who handed the South victory. And if that happens, you die. Die, huh? You don't know me as well as you think. Of course, that's when they came roaring back. You need to ride the worm. It's not what you think. The voices. Oh no, what does it mean? Oh, what's on the next page? Well, you know the drill. You're going to have to buy your own copy. And I do recommend it. It's a cool series. And of course, once again, the art is spectacular. So there you go. All right, I'll check out the chat before I take off. And thank you once again for putting up with the technical difficulties and for watching the video, Not A. Thompson. Damn, I just had to watch 3 ads. What, on Rumble, I guess? Not A. Thompson. Don't feel bad, Doug. I couldn't figure out Rumble Studio either. Not A. Thompson. Updates are a bitch. I have 3 laptops with important software for obla blah da tuning. They haven't been on the internet since 2007. Still have Windows XP. A. Thompson's works well now, though, on YouTube. A. Thompson, 28 years later, looks great. Yeah, it could be. I like the other two movies, and I suppose they could have. It was 28 days, 28 weeks. They could have done 28 months. But anyway, so it's just a matter of what would the narrative be. Certainly at this point, the first two had their own, um, and otherwise it's just another. Well, technically not a zombie movie, but still kind of a zombie movie. That kind of thing. Civilization collapses and whatnot. But nevertheless, if they got a good idea and a good narrative, then it should be cool. And but the other thing about it is they're already planning it to be a new trilogy. I mean, this would be. I mean, do they mean 3 more after this? Because this movie would make a trilogy of the other two films. I just hope they got stuff mapped out. If they're just teasing, a franchise to bank on, then it might not be all that great. But we'll see. Did like the first two, so hopefully this one will be as good, possibly better, but I doubt it. But hopefully it's good. Hey, Thompson, you should try to interview the 28 Days Later comic book people before the movie comes out. Yeah, I'll just give them a call, There's no way how am I going to contact those guys? All right, there we go. Golly, I couldn't even get an hour out of this. I was hoping to be able to, but oh well, who am I kidding? I got things I got to do. I'll try to test this. It didn't even give me the option to set it to private though. God, that sucks. I don't even know why that option's there. I guess it isn't fully filled out because there's no studio in it or nothing, I mean, sure, you can use OBS, but I don't know. I guess I have to create a whole different scene type thing just specific to that. And it still wouldn't. Damn it. Why couldn't EV Mux just work? Oh, well. I'll have to figure that out. Or not. We'll see. Anywho, again, thanks for. Oh, look, I forgot to put Geiger up on the screen. Well, damn it. There he is. Yay. Yay. That's my drawing of Geiger. The. Cool, huh? Yeah, no, it's not that big of a deal. All right. So, again, thanks for watching. We'll visit again hopefully soon, depending on how I feel. I'm supposed to do Doomcock's show today. Hopefully I can get there. Didn't get any sleep yesterday, and I'm having troubles, other things. And hopefully I can sleep up enough to where I can participate in the Doomcock show and hopefully Pat's show as well. We'll just have to see. Anyway, thanks for watching.